Short and pinchy, what the fuck is up? Welcome to it. Another episode of The Corner right here on YouTube with your favorite big boy, Big Bucks, capital O-O-B, whatever you want to call me. Just make sure you spell it right. Episode 19. Can you believe it, man? We keep growing one video after the other. I must humbly apologize again for a late drop. I know this has been happening too much and it's getting quite annoying, but I'm not gonna lie, life has just been a whirlwind for the past few weeks, so that's been causing me to not drop the shows on time. But I will not let any week go by without dropping a show for my loyal followers and viewers, man, because I love y'all that much. So yes, I am here, and though it's late, the show must go on. Now today is going to be a short show, but it's going to be about two projects that have been a part of my life for the past few days, and I just want to share what the projects have meant to me, man, because it's amazing music that has been coming out of this country, and we must take some time to acknowledge that. So without any further ado, let us get into the show right now. Alright, now first to kick off the show is one very special project that's been the soundtrack of my life for the past few days that has been released, man. It's such an incredible project and it continues to grow on me every single time I listen to it. I hear more sonics, I get more meaning to it, and it just makes me so happy, man. Of course, I'm talking about the incomparable, the gorgeous, and oh so gifted Zonke T with her brand new album, L.O.V.E. I'm such a stan for Zonke right now. Guys, you don't understand. Now, when an African artist summons the ancestors as a first track on an album, you know you're about to listen to some phenomenal music. Thandiswa Mazwai did it on Ibokwe, and that was a fantastic project. And now Zonke also did it on L.O.V.E. And true to tradition, what I was about to listen to was definitely an out-of-body experience. Dilimpondo is the first song on the album where she announces herself to the listener by way of her Xhosa tradition. And that song pretty much sets the tone for the musical journey that you're about to embark on when you listen to this album. What follows after that is a myriad of songs that will have you think about love in a more grounded and meaningful type of way. A perfect example of that is Uphelelwa Lixesha, and it's a song that I wish more men would listen to because it's from a woman's perspective on how every woman just wants to be loved, man. Treat her like a queen and she will love you forever. But if you're not cognizant of how you're treating her in the relationship, Uphelelwa Lixesha, and she will find that love somewhere else. That's food for thought for y'all, men, and something to think about. Think about that stuff. Another one of my favorite songs is Uyandithanda, where she speaks about how she can see all the love that her partner has for her just from the way he looks at her, man. It's such a beautiful song, and it's written in such a casual and South African way that you can picture your significant other saying those words to you, man. What a beautiful song. The instrumentation on this album is also on another level, man. I mean, those bass lines are super slick, but that's been like standard procedure on every single Zonke album. The one thing I picked up particularly about this album is that it's coming from a very happy and content space, man. You can hear that when she made this, she was at a very happy place and very content with how her life is going, and that comes across beautifully in this album. It's a 9-track album, so it's not going to take you that long to get into, and I would recommend it to anyone that loves a great love song like I do, man. Zonke is one amazing artist, and with every single release, she never ceases to amaze me. Viva! You are the legend, sis one. That is Zonke T with her brand new album called L.O.V.E. And again, Viva! You are the legend. Oh, Tanda, sis, Tanda, the project. Oh, Tanda. Alright, now moving along to the next project that's been on my playlist since the day it was released, man. I've been listening to it so many times, and to this moment, I don't think I've completely grasped the density in this album because it's that deep. And it's from one of my favorite MCs of all time, and I'm not playing when I say that because I'm literally that big of a fan. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Mr. Stogie T himself, Buitumelo Molekani, T from the V as we all know and love him, with his brand new 15-minute joint called God's Eye. And another for control. Words gone. Now, I've been listening to Tumi's music for well over a decade, and every time I listen to all of his projects, I'm always amazed at how much of a literary juggernaut this guy is. Now, Tumi, or Stogie T as he's popularly known today, is one of those MCs that can amazingly weave himself into the life and experiences of someone else through his words, man. It's a phenomenal skill to witness and a very rare one at that. Now, he's been doing this for a very long time on songs like Yvonne, 76, and a host of others that followed after that. But when I listened to God's Eye, it reminded me of the reason why I fell in love with Stogie's music in the first place. Now, I can listen to any MC that raps about rapping like the next hit, but what really convinces me about the lyrical prowess of any MC I consider God status is the ability to tell an amazing story through incredible wordplay, and Tumi does that brilliantly on God's Eye. Now, on God's Eye, Stogie does what Stogie does best, and that is amazing storytelling. Now, he can talk about the most mundane to the very serious issues, from the absurdities of popular culture and how so many of us have it twisted these days, to what's happening in Syria, the Gambian slave trade, the Black Lives Matter movement, the conditions of the Leo prison, and a hell of a lot more, with very amazing skill that is second to none. For over a decade, Stogie has stayed true to the tag he gave himself years ago as the rhyming author, and on this project, he shows us that he's not here to be the most popular or the most celebrated MC, but rather the one that will give us timeless work that should be kept in some kind of time capsule for the next generation to appreciate and even use as research. And that is one thing that I would take off my hat to him for, because it's the road less traveled, but the one with the most impact. God's Eye is a beautiful and brilliant project, and it is one that every South African or every good story lover should listen to, man. Brilliant work that is done here. I'm going to continue listening to it, and I'm sure that I'll be dissecting things and discovering more things with for days and years to come, man. That is Stogie T, Tumi T from the V, with his brand new project, God's Eye. God status. God status. Alright fam, and that is it. We've come to the end of the show, the coda, the closing section. Shelele. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. If you've made it this far in the video, leave a little hell yeah in the comment section there so that I know you made it this far, man. I really appreciate your support, and if you love the video, hit me with a thumbs up. Otherwise, if you don't like it, hit me with a thumbs down. It's also good, man. Feedback is always great. If you want to say something to a brother, you have some suggestions, or you want to say something, hit me up in the comment section and I will gladly get back to you. As usual, I'm going to leave a link below to all the content I've spoken about so you can check it out in your own time, make your own conclusions, and bask in the greatness that is great music. Otherwise, for me, Wanagamu Mokwena, wase chele samo twaseli kere. Piri urile khabose khawe. Akhonne. Peace, love, and happiness.